Right. Coming to the next another important topic or concept in this chapter, carbons compounds, is functional groups. Functional groups, right? Similarly, functional groups. Before understand what are functional groups, let's know heteroatom. Heteroatom. In organic chemistry or organic compounds, any atom other than carbon and hydrogen is called heteroatom. As we know, hydrocarbons are carbon compounds mainly made of carbon and hydrogen. Carbon and hydrogen. Such compounds are called as simply called carbon compounds, but we have given a separate name that is, or a specified name is called as hydrocarbons. Is called as hydrocarbons. Hydrocarbons are made up of only carbon and hydrogen, right? Some of the organic compounds or the carbon compounds also formed by other atoms or group of atoms like oxygen, chlorine, sulfur, nitrogen, etc. Chlorine, sulfur, bromine, iodine, fluorine, etc. also form some compounds. So that except the carbon and hydrogen, any other atom is in the molecule or the compound, that atom is called as heteroatom. The atom is called as heteroatom. So this heteroatom decides the characteristic properties of hydrocarbons or organic compounds. So such heteroatoms are the group of atoms are called as functional groups. The characteristic properties of an organic compound depend on mainly one atom or group of atom. But one atom or group of atom nothing but heteroatom. Then nothing heteroatom means except carbon and hydrogen. In a molecule, its molecule is known as functional group, or an atom or group of atom which makes a carbon compound reactive and decides its property is called as functional groups. See, generally, this is just applicable to our daily life. In some kind of situations, generally we cannot respond. After some other circumstances are influencing us, even for a small thing also we are able to react. So if generally we are having some quarreling or fighting with the unknown person, generally we are able to talk. Generally most of the time we are able to talk. Then those time, if our friend came, or if any other relative or father, brother, uncle, whoever came, then what will happen? Then we become more reactive. Then we are ready to bet the person. Because due to the presence of other, our behavior is completely changed. So that other person changed our behavior means the presence of other person changed our behavior or the character. We are in a normal condition, then immediately we have to reactive. It turns into reactive. So immediately then we are able to beat that person. So similarly, hydrocarbons are the carbon compounds like methane, ethane, propane, acetylene, ethene, propylene, all are the organic compounds. They have their normal characteristics, but if they have any another element or the atom, any another element or the atom, their characteristic properties are completely changed. Their characteristic properties are completely changed. So that atoms are the molecules which can change the characters or properties. Characteristic properties of organic compound is called as functional groups. Is called as functional groups. Right? So let us understand these functional groups. Different kinds of functional groups are there. Carbon compounds with carbon, hydrogen, X. X in the sense, here X is equal to fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. So such compounds are called halo compounds. Such compounds are called halo compounds. Sorry for the inconvenience. Just open the windows because we have no power. Then due to cloudy outside, maybe there is no proper light. That's why I just open the windows. Thank you so much. So halo groups, halo compounds or a halo functional group. So its general formula is Rx. General formula is Rx. Here R is equal to CH3, C2H5, etc. R is equal to methyl alkyl group. Here R represents any alkyl group. So previously we discussed the alkyl groups. How do we get the alkyl groups? From the hydrocarbon, if we remove hydrogen. So if it is a hydrocarbon, if you remove one hydrogen, then it is become CH3. CH3. This is methane. This is methyl. Similarly, from ethane, when we remove one hydrogen, then it is called as ethyl. Ethyl. This is methyl. So from any hydrocarbon, from any alkane, so when we remove one hydrogen, then the new group is formed. That is called as methyl or alkyl group. Or alkyl group. R is equal to CH3CH5. And the X means fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. So such compounds. So any organic compound has carbon, hydrogen and X. X in the sense fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. Such functional groups are called halo groups or halo compounds. For example, CH3Cl. CH3Cl. It is called methyl chloride. It is called methyl chloride. If it is C2H5Cl, it is called ethyl chloride. It is called ethyl chloride. So any organic compound is has halogens. Halo is fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine are called as in a periodic table you can call as halogens. Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine is called as the halogens. So these are halogen functional group, or simply you can call it halo group or halogen group. Halo group or halogen group. So the general form is RX, not RX 100. 100 is 200, right? RX. R represents alkyl group. R represents alkyl group. Alkyl group represents CH3, C2H5. So these are obtained if we remove one hydrogen from alkanes or functional groups. Then next one, carbon compounds with carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. Carbon compounds with carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. There are different kinds of different types of functional groups with carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Right? Let us understand one by one. Try to understand all these functional groups. Right. So different kinds, carbon compounds with carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Alcohols, aldehydes, ketones, ketones. Right. Some other also there. Let us first discuss these three. Right. Alcohols, aldehydes, ketones, esters, then carboxylic acids, carboxylic groups, esters, alcohols, aldehydes, ketones. So alcohols, if a hydrogen atom of H2O molecule replaced by methyl groups, as we know, general formula of water H2O. So in place of two hydrogens you can write like this, hydrogen. In place of hydrogen you can write one alkyl group. Then it is called as the alcohols. So general formula ROH. You can write OL. You can term as, you can name as OL, alcohols, ethanol, propanol, methanol, like that. Right? So the alcohol group made of one oxygen atom, one hydrogen atom joined together. So the alcohol group is also known as alcoholic group. Alcoholic group or hydroxide groups. Hydroxide group. Hydroxide group or alcoholic group. General formula ROH. It is made up of oxygen and hydrogen. In place of R, then you can name it as oles. You can name it as ole. Right? It is named as a ole. Alcohol's hydroxy group, and we can term it as the ole. In place of R, if you can write CH3OH, methyl alcohol, or you can name it as methanol. Similarly, C2H5OH. It is named as ethyl alcohol or ethanol. So, general formula OH can pronounce it as ole. This alcohol's group also called as hydroxyl or hydroxy group or alcoholic group. ROH, ole, CH3OH. This. Then one more is aldehydes. Carbon, hydrogen consist of CHO. Its function. It is OH. It is CHO. It is formed by carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. The hydrocarbons with the functional group CHO called aldehydes. This other name is aldehyde group. Simply we can call as aldehydes. Or carbonyl group together. Aldehydes and ketones together called as carbonyl. Carboxylic acid and aldehydes. General formula CHO. It pronounced as all. If R is equal to CH3, its name is methanol. This is methanol. CH3, CHO, methanol. Generally it is called as acetaldehyde. But it is also named as methanol. OH and ole, CHO and all. Right? Then aldehyde groups occurs at the end of carbon chain. Then keto. Next one is keto group. These are represented with R, C, double bond OC, R, RS. Because of two methyl groups are there. So simply we can write as double bond C, double bond O. Right? Ketones. General formula R, C, double bond O. So we can pronounce as ole. Ketone. This is called a keto group. Ketone's name represented as the keto group. These together called as carbonyl groups. Right. Then if R CH3 C double bond O another CH3. So this is called as acetone. This is called as acetone or dimethyl ketone. We can call as dimethyl ketone. Dimethyl ketone. Dimethyl ketone or simply acetone. Similarly, if you take another dimethyl ion, CH3, CH3, 2 are there. So 2 into di. So while nomenclature we will understand it. So alcohols, aldehydes, ketones we discussed. Ketone group. Next, carboxylic group. Carboxylic. Carboxylic group. COOH. Carboxylic group COOH. So I hope you understood. Then I am going to rub this. So no space is available. So I will rub this. Right. Next group is carboxylic group. Carboxylic group. So COOH or simply we can call as acid group. So termed as oic acid. Oic HCOH. General formula is COOH. Carboxylic group or simply called as acid group. Simply termed as the acid group or organic acids. Organic acid. Right? So here general formula we can write RCOOH. Here R is equal to either hydrogen or methyl. Either hydrogen or methyl group we are able to take, no problem. So in place of H, if you write H, or in place of R, if you write H, HCOOH. HCOOH, its name is formic acid. Formic acid, which is present in the ant, or also called as a methanoic acid. Methanoic acid. Right? As only one carbon atom particle has. Then CH3COOH. It is acetic acid. Acetic acid. Oic. Acetic oic. Or called as ethanoic. Ethanoic acid. I told oic acid. Ethanoic acid. Right? 1, 2 carbons are there in the compound. Here only one carbon in the compound. So meth. COOH. Acid group. Carboxylic group. You can name as oic. Meth plus oil. Methanoic acid. 2 carbons are 1, 2. Then ether. Ethanoic acid. Ethanoic acid. Then some other also already we discussed. Alkenes group, alkynes group. Before that, let's understand ester also. Finally, I will give a Taylor form with the suffixes, prefixes, then understand. Esters. Then after esters. esters. RCOORs. COOR. These compounds are derived from carboxylic acids. If the hydrogen atom of COOH gets replaced by R, then the alkyl groups are obtained. Esters are obtained from this carboxylic group. In place of in a OIC acid or in carboxylic group, if this hydrogen is replaced by methyl or alkyl group, then esters are obtained. So here we can add tate, acetate. Then last we can add tate. So you will learn in higher studies more and more about this. So general formula COOR gas RR, no problem. So for example, CH3COOR. In place of R, if you write CH3COOCH3. So this is called as dimethyl ester. Dimethyl ester. Similarly, diethyl ester. Similarly, methyl ester like COOR after functional group. Then, so carboxylic groups, alcohols, esters, aldehydes, ketones, all consisting of C double bond O. So all are under the carbonyl groups. In organic chemistry, they are termed as a carbonyl groups. There is a separate chapter in organic chemistry. You will learn it higher studies. These are the functional groups consist of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Then compounds containing carbon, hydrogen and nitrogen. So functional groups with carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen. Functional group with carbon, hydrogen and nitrogen. Right? So different kinds are there. First one, amines. Amides. Some other also is there. Aniline. Right. So amines, NH2. So we can term it as amino. Simply remember that if you observe that NH2 and H2, amino. Simply, if you found NH2 in the organic compounds, remember that amino group. Amino group generally called as amine. So general formula RNH2. Generally called RNH2. So CH3NH2. Methylamine. one example is enough. Right. Then amides completed. Some other also there, amides. Amides consist of C double bond O NH 2. C double bond O and NH. These are called as amides. These are called as amides. The proteins we have to observe. So if two hydrogen atoms, okay, they are called as tertiary amine. So these are about the amides. C double bond O NH. So carbon, oxygen, nitrogen and hydrogen also. We will learn more about these amides in the higher studies only. So amides prefix okay, carbamyl can call as carbamyl. Carbamyl named as carbamyl, right? This along with we have alkene functional groups. C double bonds. These are alkene functional groups and these are alkynes. C double bonds. C. So this is also functional group and this is also a functional group. Then, so we will discuss every functional group and their compounds and how they given as the names while we are discussing about the nomenclature of organic compounds by following IUPAC rules. So these are about the functional groups. So now I will give some data regarding to these functional groups. First we will discuss RH. Is halogen. Halogen or halo group. Halogen or halo group. ROH. Alcohol. Alcoholic group or alcohol group or hydroxy group. So we can name as O. This is halo. Then RCHO is aldehydes or aldehyde group. Can name as all. RC double bond O is keto group. Can name as ONE, not one ONE. Then RCOOH, carboxy or carboxylic group. So we can write as oic acid or simply acid group. COOH. Then RCOR plus esters. RNH2 amines. Amino group. Then we can write as amino. So C double bond C, alkene group. Then C triple bond C alkyne group. Alkyne group. So halogen, alcohols, aldehydes, ketones, carboxylic acid, esters, amines, then anilines, some amides, anilines, amines, then nitriles. So acid halides. So we have many functional groups. They are consist of other atoms or the elements. Other atoms are the elements except along with the carbon and hydrogen. Along with the carbon and hydrogen, the other heteroatom. Other heteroatom is the other heteroatoms except the carbon and hydrogen. Carbon and hydrogen forms hydrocarbons, but some of the organic compounds having other element or atom along with the oxygen, along with carbon and oxygen, that group is called as heterocarbon. Other than carbon and hydrogen is called as heteroatom or group. These heteroatom or group of atom change the characteristic properties of organic compounds. This is about the functional groups. Then after taking some gap because of holidays, after the reopening the schools, then we will discuss the nomenclature of organic compounds with these functional groups. So one by one, by following IUPAC, International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry rules. Then you will understand more. Before that, so I'll show you some picture regarding these all functional groups. Let's see. Right? Suffixes and prefixes for some important characteristic functional groups. So acid halides, alcohols, aldehydes, amides, amines, carboxylic acids, ethers, esters, ketones, nitrols, their general formulas, general game చేస్తాం తర్వాత acid game add చేస్తాం. So like that we have some information in this table. So later we will discuss. Thank you. Enjoy the holidays and be careful with your thoughts. Utilize the time properly at your home. Enjoy the holidays and enjoy the festival. Thank you so much for all my subscribers and the viewers. Happy Dasara. Signing off. Thank you.